it's Kindle, and I'm doing a little video on how to make a mask. And I just got this pattern from MimiGstyle.com, and MimiG does simplicity patterns, sew-alongs, and she has her Sew It Academy, and I've been following MimiG for years. And this is the best pattern I've come across so far for making it like a face mask. And I like a face mask for the same reason Mimi does, is that she doesn't like to be touching her face out in public. I like that. When I'm out in public, I don't want to be using a paper mask because I don't want people to think that I'm diverting paper masks from healthcare workers. And the other reason why I like to make it is that it's reusable, so I can wash it and wear it again. And also I think by wearing a mask when I'm out grocery shopping, I think it might send that message to people that you need to stay, 2 hockey sticks away from me, or however far away you should be. So this is her pattern, and MimiG was kind enough to put it on her website, MimiGstyle.com. So when you cut it out, she was really smart about it. You just fold this in half and do 2 of your inside fabric, 2 of your outside fabric. Your outside fabric, or the pretty side, is going to be a bit longer, and then 22 inches of elastic. And I found that my daughter was able to do MimiG's pattern in maybe 15 minutes or so. She made her own, and she's 13 years old, and the 22 inches of elastic worked fine for her as well. So thank you, MimiG. So this is the one my daughter made. She's 13. Look at that. I like that it's 1 piece of elastic. I am running out of elastic that I have at home, so I'm going to have to switch to a different type of pattern soon. So I really like this one. Thank you, MimiG. So this one is Annika's. This one's mine with some Canadian print and then green on the inside. You also think of them as reversible. And this one here with the RCMP officers. That's just my iron. And this cute little fabric on the inside. I guess you could think of it as reversible as well, if you don't mind a little bit of the red showing. And so how you make it is, this one is from my friend Judy in Vancouver. So this is the inside lining. It's shorter. This is the outside, 2 of these. And our first seam is going to be along this curve, and then with the inside, this curve right there. Okay, so you're going to sew that forwards and back at both ends, and then press your seams open. I always like to press my seams, and I can't imagine sewing without pressing my seams. So after you do that seam, which I've already done here, I pressed it, and then use pins to do the front and the back, or the inside and outside, however you want to look at it. And so I just pin that and then use my wonder clips here and here. And then we're doing 2 quick seams, which is this part, which is over the top of the face. So this, watch out for the pin, but just to see how it goes like that. Okay, so I'm going to sew the top from forwards and back right there. So this is the outside, this is my liner. So I'm going to start right here, forwards and back, and I'm just going to use the edge of my presser foot as my guide. And so across, and then across on the bottom as well. And then you flip it over. And once you flip it over, I press it again. And then I have a serger, so I decided to do an extra little step right here and serge it right there, and then fold it in half, and then in half again. And then when you sew, you're going to sew really close right here, because you need to have enough space to put your elastic through. Okay, so here's your elastic, 22 inches. Put it through a safety pin, put it through. Take a look at that. So that is an idea of how you can do it. Okay, and then once you put your elastic through both sides, this one is a little bit less than 22 inches because I'm doing it for a little kid in Vancouver, little boy. So I did 21 inches for his, and then I'll just do the hardest part, I think, which is always to zigzag your elastic. I always find it wants to move around. Sometimes I'll just tack it by hand first and not try to use pins or anything. Tack it by hand and then go over to my machine, forwards and backs with a zigzag. So in a nutshell, that is how you do your MimiG, which is backing it up again. You do your 2 curved pieces, press it, right sides together, and then you do the top, do the bottom, and then you go like this and you pull it through. And once you pull it through, you will have your right side or outside, and then you're going to have your contrasting fabric for the inside. Put your elastic through. It can be white or black, or we had some fancy elastic kicking around here. 22 inches. And then it's done. So my room is a disaster because over the spring break I was painting it, so I don't have my tripod set up, so I can't do a more in-depth video. But I have to say, MimiG is your go-to girl. Thank you, MimiG, for a really awesome, easy to do pattern. And I'm gonna whip these up and send them out to friends. Thank you. Bye. Happy sewing.